In early 2021, one unlikely stock was making headlines around the world: GameStop. This wasn't your typical Wall Street move. It was the internet versus big finance. Meet Keith Gill, also known as Roaring Kitty. A regular guy with a YouTube channel and a Reddit account, Roaring Kitty saw potential in GameStop. To him, it wasn't just a failing video game retailer, it was a diamond in the rough. He started sharing his analysis on Reddit, explaining why he believed GameStop stock was undervalued. This sparked interest in a community called WallStreetBets, where retail investors were eager to challenge the system. GameStop was heavily shorted by major hedge funds who were betting big on the stock's decline. But when retail investors started buying, they triggered a short squeeze, meaning the price soared, and hedge funds were caught off guard, losing billions. The stock skyrocketed, going from just a few dollars a share to over $400 at its peak. This became a cultural moment. Regular people were shaking up the financial world, all thanks to a grassroots online community. The media exploded, and GameStop was suddenly everywhere. News anchors, analysts, everyone was trying to explain how a video game store became the hottest stock on the planet. Roaring Kitty became a symbol of the little guy standing up to Wall Street. What started as one person's investment idea became a worldwide phenomenon, raising questions about power, risk, and the future of investing. The GameStop saga didn't just end when the stock prices fell. The aftermath unfolded across courts, trading platforms, and even Congress. Let's dive deeper into the ripple effects of one of the most dramatic events in stock market history. In February 2021, the world watched as Keith Gill, hedge fund managers, and Robinhood executives testified before Congress. Keith, better known as Roaring Kitty, stood firm, saying he genuinely believed in GameStop's potential. His iconic phrase, "I like the stock," became a symbol of the retail investors' fight. Robinhood, the trading platform many investors used, faced severe backlash after temporarily halting GameStop trading during the peak. Retail investors cried foul, accusing the platform of protecting hedge funds over everyday traders. Robinhood's CEO defended the move, citing liquidity issues, but the damage to trust was already done. The SEC and other regulators began investigating the event, focusing on the role of social media, trading apps, and hedge fund practices. This sparked debates about transparency, fair trading, and the power dynamics in financial markets. New rules were proposed to prevent similar situations, but critics argue these reforms don't go far enough. The GameStop phenomenon wasn't a one-time event. It birthed the era of meme stocks. Companies like AMC, BlackBerry, and Bed Bath & Beyond saw their stocks soar, driven by the same online communities and retail investors eager to shake up the status quo. Meanwhile, GameStop itself began transforming. Under new leadership, the company pivoted toward e-commerce, aiming to become a tech-savvy retailer for gamers. The road hasn't been easy, but GameStop's efforts to reinvent itself are still ongoing. In 2023, Roaring Kitty returned to the spotlight with a simple tweet: "Still here, still like the stock." The tweet reignited interest in GameStop, causing the stock to rally again, proof that the GameStop community's passion hasn't faded. The GameStop saga was more than just a financial spectacle. It became a global phenomenon, a cultural moment that exposed underlying issues in the financial world. For retail traders, it was a rallying cry, a chance to stand up to institutions they believed held all the power. It showed the world that financial markets, traditionally dominated by hedge funds and institutional investors, could be challenged by the collective power of the people. But for every success story, there were tales of caution. While some individuals made life-changing profits, others faced devastating losses. The volatility, which saw GameStop's price swing wildly from the teens to nearly $500, became a harsh lesson in risk management for many. It served as a stark reminder that despite the allure of quick gains, the stock market remains unpredictable and unforgiving. This event also sparked debates about the role of trading platforms like Robinhood, whose decision to limit trading on GameStop caused outrage. Was it to protect the integrity of the markets, or were they safeguarding institutional interests? These questions remain at the heart of the debate around market accessibility and fairness. GameStop's impact rippled far beyond the stock market. It became a symbol of rebellion against financial inequality. Mainstream media struggled to keep up as online communities like WallStreetBets took center stage. The financial jargon of hedge funds and short selling suddenly became dinner-table conversations. Retail investors around the world felt empowered to question the status quo and explore opportunities beyond traditional investment advice. GameStop wasn't alone. Other stocks like AMC and BlackBerry also soared as retail traders expanded their targets. The meme stock trend became a movement, reshaping the way people viewed investing. Suddenly, financial news wasn't just about quarterly earnings reports, it was about online forums, viral memes, and hashtags. WallStreetBets, with its unorthodox humor and daring strategies, became a household name. The GameStop phenomenon even reached the halls of Congress. Lawmakers held hearings to understand what had happened and who was to blame. Testimonies from key players like Gill, the man behind the now legendary Roaring Kitty persona, painted a picture of a retail trader who simply believed in the stock and shared his enthusiasm with others. Meanwhile, hedge funds like Melvin Capital, which suffered billions in losses, raised questions about the ethics of short selling and the potential for market manipulation on both sides. The hearings highlighted a growing tension between democratized investing and traditional financial practices, with lawmakers and regulators left to determine the path forward. After the dust settled, GameStop faced a new challenge: living up to its inflated stock price. The company, once a struggling retailer, had become the center of the world's attention. Under new leadership, GameStop began exploring ways to modernize. From expanding its e-commerce presence to investing in blockchain technology and NFTs, the company tried to prove it was more than just a meme stock. But these efforts were met with mixed reactions. Some analysts praised the company for its bold moves, while others questioned whether it could truly transform into a tech-focused powerhouse. The pressure was immense, and the community of retail investors kept watching, hoping their favorite stock could defy the odds once again. Social media played a pivotal role in GameStop's rise. Platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and TikTok became tools of financial activism. The hashtag #HoldTheLine went viral, uniting thousands of investors with a common goal. Roaring Kitty's YouTube videos became rallying cries, and memes like Diamond Hands and To the Moon captured the spirit of the movement. This wasn't just about money, it was about community. For many, investing in GameStop was a way to send a message to Wall Street, to prove that ordinary people could take on the big players and win. But as the hype grew, so did the risks. New investors jumped in at peak prices, only to see the stock crash soon after. The lesson? Social media can amplify voices, but it can also amplify risks. Just when the GameStop story seemed to be fading, Gill, aka Roaring Kitty, reignited interest with a simple tweet: "Still here, still like the stock." The post, shared earlier this year, sent waves through the community. It was a reminder that for many, GameStop is more than a trade, it's a belief. Retail investors once again started speculating about another squeeze, sharing theories and analyzing the company's latest moves. Although the stock didn't reach its previous highs, the renewed attention proved that GameStop still holds a special place in the hearts of its supporters. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more fascinating tales from the financial world. Don't forget to subscribe for more.